So, guys, we are live now. Over to you.
Hi guys, this is Anuksha. Good evening. I'm your host for today, and I welcome you all to the Soul Show 2, Chapter 6. The Soul Show, a tech talk for shaping the future of digital identity. So, the topic that we'll be covering today is innovative e governance, harnessing blockchain for enhanced transparency, operational efficiency, and secure public services. Now, you all, please join me in welcoming and let me introduce to you our esteemed guests for the evening, Amit Chandra. Amit is a blockchain expert, technology consultant, and mentor working in the e-governance to establish blockchain solutions for various states. He's over 17 years of experience in the IT industry, with the last 7 years focused on blockchain technology. Amit's mission is to empower individuals and organizations to harness the transformative potential of blockchain technology. Through workshops and personalized coaching sessions, he guides professionals in developing innovative blockchain solutions and drive meaningful change and efficiency. Amit has trained more than 200 government officials, which is I think, an achievement on its own in blockchain, and has been a guest speaker at over 30 public and private events. So, over to you, Amit, if you want to, would you like to introduce yourself first?
Yeah, first of all, good evening, everyone, and thanks, Anusa, for inviting me in this talk show and explaining my profile in a detailed manner so that everyone will aware that what I have did so far. So, so first of all, let's begin with the talk show quickly so that whatever the questions you have, we can talk about that. I can add more and more value to this talk show, whatever the knowledge I have gained from my 17 years of experience and 8 plus years of experience in blockchain technology.
Yeah. So, I think the audience would be eager to hear from you that how the transformation from the IT industry to particularly into blockchain was. So I think my first question would rather be in the same direction. So you've been in the IT industry for so long. So how
Yes.
did how did the transition to blockchain happen? How did you manage to convince yourself to start working into blockchain? And wherein do you want or wherein does your expertise lie in the blockchain world? Yeah.
Yeah. So before starting that, how I came into this blockchain technology, how I adapt into the blockchain technology environment. First of all, I just want to say that I've started my career with mainframe technology. Okay, and it is 2007 when I have started my professional journey, and till 2018, I have worked on mainframe technology and performed different roles from technical developer to team lead to project manager and delivery manager. In this 2000 up to 2018, I have worked for Patni Computer System, which is now Capgemini. Then I worked for IBM India Private Limited. When I was in IBM, I got an opportunity or to get exposed in blockchain technology, because at that time there was some nominations going on in IBM that Hyperledger Fabrics was newly introduced at that time. And when I have seen this word blockchain technology, it seems to be very fascinating to me at that time. So I thought to learn more about that. But the question is that mainframe technology is something that it's a legacy technology and it's little bit old enough. And moving into a emerging technology was quite challenging and roller coaster ride for me. So first of all, I took the challenge. I did my mindset that yeah, I want to be a part. I want to move my career to this blockchain technology, and then I have prepared a plan that how I'm going to convert myself to this emerging technology from the journey from mainframe, which was a legacy technology, to an emerging technology where all the things are new. So slowly and gradually, I've started learning from YouTube, from Google, from the documents which are there in IBM. I try to gain uh, knowledge from there. After that, I did couple of POCs from medical reimbursement to driver verification part. At that time, I started with Hyperledger Fabric zero point 0.5, and we have showcased the POC in couple of IBM event where we have been uh, means recognized over there. I am saying we because I have worked with two of my colleague who have worked with me, and they are also doing very good in this blockchain ecosystem. So then I thought that having a practical knowledge of blockchain technology will not be enough. Then I started with one certification as a blockchain architect and use case and design. I passed that certification, and then I have moved on from IBM to my another organization, that is Entity Data Global Services, where I got lot of things to learn because it's a Japanese-based company where I have developed many applications over there in private sector. I have conducted trainings over there for the international client, and then I move on to the startups where I worked for few more years. And startup was a nice journey, although these two company was also very impressive journey for me. But startup taught me a lot because there I started from the ground level. I used to discuss with the client, I used to design the solution, I used to provide them the solution. I have to make the work done by the resources, and I have to deliver the product. So there are a lot of things what I have learned from there. Over there I have learned about the algorithm framework, and I have developed a DAO platform over there. Then I move on to one of a company in which I'm currently working, that is ENY. And in ENY, I'm working for the government sector, where I'm building solutions for the government. And for the past years, for past 1 year, I've been working with the government sector, getting involved with various departments of government, try to understand their pain point, try to understand that how blockchain could be integrated with the existing applications of government department. Entire all this journey, this from IBM to ENY. The one thing I have learned is that I was I'm into a continuous process of learning. Every day I used to learn a lot. Every day I used to look into the details of LinkedIn. I read those posts in detail, and that's a ongoing process. And today also I'm learning a lot from so many peoples, including you and Ali also, that what are the things going on into the blockchain technology. And I hope that after because till now blockchain technology was having a baby step. Now it's
Mm.
time that government has shown trust on this technology, and they have found that hello, am I audible?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, you are.
And government has recognized that this technology has a potential to secure the data. It provide a real time update. And now one of the good part is that most of the state are adopting this technology, doing work on this, and soon in couple of years we will see that the application will be developed in government sector using blockchain with the help, and also we can see that private sector will also do a good business in this technology.
Actually, likewise, I think when I see, when I see my career growth in blockchain
Yeah.
side, I also see that I've been learning across the way because at the first place where I joined, I still remember uh, in my internship letter, it was
Hello.
I still am I
Yeah.
audible to you? Yeah.
Yeah, it is audible. Yeah.
Yeah. So I had to develop a token deck, and I did not know the meaning of token deck, what it is.
Okay.
So I think
Okay.
it has been a learning curve for me as well. That learning from peers, learning from juniors, learning from seniors, and coming up till this position where I'm now working at SSI, right?
Yeah,
So yeah,
learning is something. Yeah, what is the main thing is that the knowledge is everywhere. Okay, you can learn
yeah.
from your junior, you can learn from your senior, you can learn from your colleagues. You can learn from anywhere. The only thing is matter is that you have that intention or mindset to learn. Okay,
Learn more.
uh,
Yeah.
now also now also on a daily basis I used to learn a lot from my colleagues, okay, whom I am been working with. My seniors I am learning a lot, with the department whom I'm interacting with. Okay, there are a lot of things which I am learning.
Mm-hmm.
And also from LinkedIn is a good online platform for where you one can learn a lot and interact with the people who are doing a same kind of work in this technology.
Uh, True, true, very true. So coming up with my next question. So Amit, like blockchain is often praised for its ability to, enhance transparency and accountability in the governance. So could
Correct.
you share some specific methodologies for, integrating blockchain into current e-governance frameworks, like maybe some solutions that you might be working on, or some ideations that you might be working on to achieve, like, the
Yeah.
transparency and accountability in particular.
Yeah. So see, one of the best use case of blockchain in e-governance will be the issuance and verifications of various type of certificate which are being issued by the departments, because this is a generic kind of use case which is applicable to all the departments. Okay,
Mhm.
now the thing is that one has to understand that there are two aspects of this use case. One is the issuance, another one is the verification. Okay, so when we talk about the issuance, it says that whether we want to capture the each and every transaction which are involved in issuing a certificate in a blockchain, or we only want to capture the digital certificate into blockchain. Okay,
Mhm.
now if you capture each and every step of issuing the certificate, it means that suppose there are multiple stakeholder involved in the approval process, and after that only a certificate is issued to a citizens, then at what time, at what level, what are the things they have looked into. If we capture that one, then in later on cases when once someone wants to figure out that this certificate is issued at what time and who has issued this certificate, it will be easily verifiable. Okay, and as it is immutable in blockchain, so it is nearly impossible to change the data. Okay,
Right.
now this is one aspect of storing the transaction into blockchain. The other aspect is that doing the hash, converting the file into a hash, SHA-256 or 512, and storing the hash into a blockchain with the help of smart contract. Okay, so in this way the issuance will happen, and once the issuance is happened, that certificate credential will be transferred to the citizens into their wallet or into their any mail ID or SMS. Now the part comes is the verification. The verification is something that either the citizen is going to verify the document, or the
Some
agency to
other
whom,
organization.
yeah, some other organization is going to verify the document. So when they are going to verify the document, because what happened, that verification plays a very important role. Based on that only, one should rely on the other persons, right? Because if I say that I have did my master of computer application, then there should be some evidence that
It's
any organization is
feasible.
going to believe on that. And the what I will say, the evidence is only the certificate which is there. Correct. Now if that is being secured and the verification process is being done from the blockchain, so the counter organization who is verifying, the verifier organization, will able to believe that it is a tamper proof certificate. And within a millisecond, the verification process will down, which is nowadays the third party, the verifier hire the third party. They go to their college or they go to the agency, they see the registration ID or the roll number, and based on that the verification process takes time, and it get delayed. Okay, and after 1 month it found that someone has got the job with a fraudulent certificate, and the job has been terminated, the position has been closed for that.
Close.
So this
Yeah.
is this is one of the relevant use case of issuance and verification of certificate. Okay.
Mhm. Yes. So, today, I think there are two methodologies that exist in the blockchain world, right? for issuing
Okay.
certificates. Like one is somewhere which is based on SSI that even we are working on at Solvas, and second would be in which the credentials are directly written on blockchain, and they're accessible everywhere. So the data is basically so that I was referring to some of these options wherein you click a link and your certificate and the certificates for that XYZ person opens up for me. So,
Correct.
which is a better approach to take, like, in your view? Because see, there is this thing, like, obviously people are more comfortable today in sharing their data on LinkedIn, on Instagram, etc., like all the social media, and they're like if I ask them a question and they're like, this is like, this is okay for me to share. What will happen with this data and
I
everything?
will
So,
yeah.
yeah.
So I will give you an example, a recent example which has happened to
Mhm,
one of my family member, that he got a call, and in that
mhm,
call some scammer told him that your identity has been compromised and some illegal document has been issued in your name. Okay, that's a kind of
okay.
scam. That's a kind of scam.
Mhm,
But how dare the scammer able to do such kind of scam? Because he knows that the identity are getting compromised, right? Now think of a scenario that your identity is secured and you are the only one who own that identity, and upon your approval only the identity will be shared with the third party, and whoever is verifying those identity, that record will get stored into the blockchain. So after
gotcha.
1 year also you will able to see that who all have viewed your certificates. Okay, now the ideal scenario of implementing such kind of identity management in e-governance is an API integration. Okay, so what happened that government has their own application. It's a costly application which has been developed. So the solution should be in such a way that it should be an API based. Okay, in that way the citizen who are using the application will not be able to see any kind of fancy kind of or any kind of changes in the UI, and within the same
Mhm,
UI they will be able to use the application, and at the background level all this identification verification will be done. Because what happened that blockchain is something which could be done at the back end, because it's more work at the server layer, it's a database layer.
mhm,
Okay, now coming into the security aspect of an application is built of multiple number of layers. One is the UI layer, another one is the API layer, the third part is the business layer, and the fourth part is the blockchain network layer. So what happened that it is not the single responsibility of blockchain to handle the security. Okay, so when I say about UI, it's from UI it goes to API it goes to business layer, from business layer it goes to the server layer. So at each layer the security needs to be managed in a strong manner. Okay, so if you can see that for the UI layer there are two factor authentication is there, biometric verifications are there. So that is being done because if at the UI level we are going to prevent unauthorized access, then the load which are coming to the blockchain layer will be less. Okay, so for designing or for implementing an application all these layer are important, so that less impact or the less number of data need to be managed by the blockchain, and all those data which are really critical, okay, that will be stored in blockchain and handled by the blockchain and with the help of smart contract. And
mhm.
and in a final note I can say that API as a service model, okay, rather than a new entirely new application which they need to, which someone has to develop and then deploy into the server. Okay.
Okay. So, my next question would be like, many states in India are exploring blockchain for, various applications, right?
Yes.
So, could you highlight some of the significant or the most significant blockchain projects that you've come across, like that are under process,
Yeah, yeah.
under ideation, or yeah, from your perspective, like which stands out as a particularly impactful one? Additionally,
Yeah, yeah.
as you're working with Rajasthan government, and can you provide some insights into your initiatives there and goals, like they aim to achieve. So yeah.
Okay. So first of all, on what application I have worked on from private sector and the e-governance part, I have worked on supply chain project. That is the most prominent use case in blockchain because it has lot of issue of track and trace along with the real-time update of the data. So if we
Mm-hmm.
talk about a particular product, okay, suppose a medicine, that medicine tells about the journey of the product. When we purchase any kind of medicine from the medical store, we look into the expiry date and the manufacturing date, but we don't know that what are the component involved in that. Okay, we only trust the wrapper. Okay. Now, suppose if there will be a QR code, and by scanning the QR code, which we will be able to know about the journey of that medicine, then we will there will be more trust built on that medicine. Okay, because medicines are being kept on a particular temperature, and if those temperature are not maintained, then the medicine will get destroyed or get expired. That is one case of supply chain. It's not about medicine, it's about every product which goes from the supply chain process. So that is one part. The another part is the various department issuance and verifications of various kind of digital certificate. That is also one use case that could be used by all the private colleges, public colleges, okay, for issuance of certificate. That could be used by corporate also for issuance of experience certificate, the what I will say, other all that certificate which are being issued by an organization. So issuance and verifications of certificate, supply chain is one part. Energy sector is going to play a big role in blockchain. Along with that, if I talk about the government, it about the agriculture, it about the land, it about the health, it about the financial sector, it about the forestation, it's about the green energy, okay, which are being which are paying a very important role. The other part is that if we talk about the green energy or the green environment, then we should not forget about the carbon credit. Okay, banks are using blockchain a lot with the help of CBDC, remittance, reconciliation process. For that, blockchain is getting used nowadays. And if you can see the latest news that the digital currency has already been launched by RBI, and it is in the pilot phase where around I think 13 to 12 to 13 banks has already been integrated, and that is being used at the pilot phase. So what happened, I will tell you one thing, that why it is so slow, and why you are not seeing that much of development with respect to AI. Okay, that is very important to understand. See, AI only give us the data based on the data which is already stored in somewhere, correct? So so AI only do the kind of what I will say, kind of computations on that and give us the data what we want. Okay.
Right.
But when we talk about blockchain, it's about storing the data into the server. Okay, and when we
Right.
talk about storing any kind of data into the server, that is a very critical role. Okay, and if any kind of wrong data gets stored into the blockchain, then there will be $1 million kind of losses for the government also and the private sector also. That's why you can see that in the case of blockchain, there is a security auditing, smart contract audit is there nowadays. That is because that once the smart contract is deployed, it's very difficult to update that one. Okay, so before deploying the smart contract into the server, it is important to see each and every line of code and see that whether there is any kind of code which can expose the data. Okay, that's why you can see that blockchain is not grasping or not capturing the market in such a manner as we can see with the other technology like AI, cyber security. Okay, so that is one thing.
Right. Um, okay, moving forward. So, like with the rapid advancements in the blockchain technology, what are some of the most innovative developments, like, currently being utilized to improve operational efficiency in public services? Like,
So
maybe
yeah,
something new is coming up, or we are upgrading some legacy systems, like that, something.
yeah.
Yeah.
So one of the very what I will say, one of the very prominent idea by which the government is coming, and what I can see that every state in India is working on is blockchain service platform. Okay, just remember this word very carefully, blockchain service platform. What happened
Mm-hmm.
that if nowadays anyone has to develop a blockchain network, then there are so many departments in government sector. Okay, there is a land department, there is a financial department, healthcare, there is some forest department. So if you talk about this department, then everyone has to develop their own blockchain network, and then they have to expose the API, and that API is going to be a part of the current application. So it's a costly affair, and every department has to manage the blockchain network at their own, and manage the blockchain resources also. So what the solution, the what I have seen in the market is that they have come with the blockchain service platform, where every state IT department is going to develop a platform. Within that platform, the network will be deployed. Once the network has been deployed, they will reach out to the various department. The department, suppose for they will reach out to the land department. Now the land department will show the interest that yeah, they want to create some kind of a network, and they have idea of integrating blockchain into their land registration system. So they will reach out to the IT department, government IT department. Now the government IT department will sit with the land department, discuss with them. Based on that, the smart contract will be designed, the code will be written, and that code will be deployed. Before that, the network will get created for the land department based on their requirement. Okay, now once that is being done, then the API will be exposed, which the land department is going to integrate into their respective modules where they want to use the blockchain technology. So this is one
Mm-hmm.
aspect that a blockchain service platform is currently being observed. I have observed in many states. Okay, the other part is the prominent use case will be the land registration part. Lots of frauds happening related to the land, and it's very monetary also. There are a lot of losses happen. So that is one part. The other part is issuance of various kind of certificate. I have already told about you that they are looking for some solution which can issue and verify the certificate easily with the help of blockchain. Okay, now the case is that when we talk about the government sector, they are very much they are very much careful about their data, because it's a citizen's data.
Right.
So they hesitate to go to the public blockchain. Okay, what I have seen based on my knowledge, what I interact with the agencies, I came to know that they are very particular about their data. They don't want their data to be exposed into the open market. So they are looking for a private blockchain part. Okay, so everywhere, so nowadays hyperledger fabric is something which is being used by it's an open community, and the community is very active in the open market.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the good choice of hyperledger fabric. But if you talk about the public blockchain, okay, so public blockchain will more work as a kind of e-commerce, where someone wants to reach the number of users. So for example, Amazon, Flipkart, they don't want to restrict themselves to a limited number of users. They want to expand their business to number of users. So in that way, public blockchain will play a very crucial role. And one of the use case will be the NFT, non fungible token. Okay, the
Right.
another use case will be that carbon credit. Okay, suppose I have a carbon credit, I have a certificate of carbon credit, and I want to sell that into the open market. Then NFT platform will work for me for selling
Right.
those carbon credit. But the track and trace of that carbon credit will be done in Hyperledger Fabric only,
Using the
private.
step. Yeah.
Yes. So
Yeah. Right.
private will manage the track and trace, whereas the public blockchain will be used as a part of e-commerce
To
kind
send
of
the
portal.
certificates.
So so soon so you will be seeing in the market that everyone is talking about collaborating public and private blockchain. So that is the reason
Hmm.
that why in the market everyone is talking about collaboration of public and private blockchain. Okay,
Hmm.
that is the reason, because we have to understand that which use case will be fit for what kind of framework. If you don't know
Correct.
that, then investing money and we will figure
Will
out
not.
that the output is zero. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So, just an auxiliary question. It's a bit technical. I'm not sure, like, if the audience will go with it, but that's like something. So, this collaboration between public and private blockchain, right? So,
Yeah.
some years back, Quorum came out with this idea in head. Like, with Quorum, you can have a public side and a private side both in one
Hmm.
ledger, right? That
Hmm.
you can create. So, when you see Quorum, then do you also think that, while working out these solutions for the government sector, do you also, at times think about, using Quorum rather than using Hyperledger and Ethereum both?
Okay, that's a very interesting question to say. See, when we are choosing any kind of framework, okay, so when we are choosing any kind of framework, it is very important to evaluate that what is the history of that particular framework. Okay.
Mhm.
Now when we talk about Hyperledger Fabric was since from 2018, and lots of versions are coming on that. The open community is very active. You will get the response. There are a lot of things going on. Okay. So that is one advantage of Hyperledger Fabric. When I talk about Ethereum market size is very huge. Okay, market size is
True.
very huge. So many users are part of Ethereum. So I will not comment that which framework is good, which framework is bad. It's not my cup of tea. But as an expert, I can say, yeah, as an expert, I can say that when we are talking about some e-commerce kind of portal, as I said, for public blockchain,
Mhm.
then you always have to look into the market size. Okay, what
Right.
is the market size,
Mhm.
how many users are being part of that particular framework. Okay, MetaMask is a wallet. Okay, so how many users are
Mhm.
part of that particular wallet? And so that is the more very important part. Okay, and when we talk about Hyperledger Fabric, then we can see that the community is very active. Lot of things are going on. They are doing lot of seminar, webinar. Recently also you can see that there is a cycle of speakers that is in Pune, Hyderabad. They are going there and doing sessions on
Sessions.
blockchain.
Yeah.
Yeah. So every framework is good. It's the individual choice. It's the kind of evaluation. Whenever any kind of use case comes, then the first and foremost thing is requirement analysis. That is the most important part. And
True.
requirement analysis does not mean that you are going to only understand about the business flow and the proposed flow. You have to understand that what is good for that particular use case.
Particular project.
Ba- yeah,
Correct.
based on the what I will say, based on the vision of the company who is developing that use case. Okay,
Correct.
so that's why, yeah, return of investment. Okay, you have
Mhm.
heard about this, what return of
Yes.
investment. Okay, so
Yes.
return of investment is very important. That's why you can see that this is very unfortunate to say that lot of product has been developed in blockchain and they are not that much of successful. That might be because that they have not evaluated the market that much well, or they have not projected that market. But it's a learning process. Everyone is learning day by day. Everyone fails
Mhm.
and picking up and learning more. Okay, and you will soon see that Ethereum, Hyperledger Fabric, Quorum, all these are going to be a part of particular community, and they are going to provide the solutions to the enterprise or the e-governance.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Okay.
Yeah.
I think somewhere when I'm designing a solution for somebody, I think it is also ease of understanding that that network can bring to the client. right?
Correct.
Because when I'm talking to a government official myself, uh,
Mhm.
I cannot expect that the person knows what blockchain can do or why blockchain, right? So at
Correct.
that time, explaining him a platform becomes very difficult. So we tend to go for the simpler ones that are, that are buzzwords, I think, that can be used. I think
So
somewhere
we
this
we, we,
also
we we
matters.
also we also come across the same kind of situation where we visit the departments and they are not
Mhm.
aware of the blockchain technology. Okay. And
Yeah.
it's quite difficult for us to convince them that what's this technology do about, because what happened that when we deal with some non-technical people who knows only the business, then they only look into the UI part, the application part. Okay. So from that there only they assume that how the technology will look like. The same goes to the with the other latest technology. Okay. So what happened that blockchain is something which play a very important role at the background. Okay. Because
Mhm.
it keep the data very secure. So whenever we
Right.
visit any kind of department and we show them the applications that this is a blockchain technology and this is how the work is going on, they used to say us that where is blockchain, I don't see the blockchain. Okay, then
Right.
we have to show them the transactions, but they are also not aware of those kind of transactions. It is not their fault.
Exactly.
Then
Yeah.
it's quite difficult. Then we have to explain them what in their language, in their application. For example, when I talk about the agriculture sector, when I used to deal with them, okay, then we have to convince them that if you're keeping your data in one place and keeping the data into the multiple place, and the hacker has to update the data at once in all the servers, then only he will be able to succeed. Okay. Otherwise he's not able to, otherwise the network will get damaged and everyone will able to know that something happened. So it's quite difficult. So we are making the work more easier. So in that
Yeah.
way we have to convince the departments or the private sector uh, uh, customers on that part. Okay. Because what happened that UI is something that everyone is aware of the UI. I can see the UI that the order is getting placed, the tracking is being done, it is reaching to the retailer. Then the question will ask, this is the normal process. I can see it in my application also. Then what is the difference? Okay.
Yeah.
Then the difference will be we have to practically show the difference that this is one computer, this is another computer. Now do the changes in one computer, you will see the changes reflect to the other computer. So we
Right.
have to show them a practical scenario that one organization is in one computer, another organization is in another computer. Now do the changes in one organization. Suppose he is the culprit, he do the changes in one organization. Now organization 2 is being managed by the top authority, that they will immediately able to see that these changes has been done with the report, and it's quietly impossible to edit that part. We also have to run the API Postman.
Mhm.
From Postman we have to update the data to show them the multiple scenarios by which the data could be tampered. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah. So I have one question from the audience.
Yeah.
So the question says, what the question says is, so what is the Indian scenario about blockchain adaptation? Like, how the adaptation is taking, like, how is the scenario looking? Are people ready to adapt? Are people, still hesitant, or will it take some time? Yeah.
See, it will take some time, at least a year or two, to get developed fully blockchain technology. Why so? Because once this CBDC cryptocurrency will come into the market, then it will create a kind of campaigning for blockchain. Along with that, once the government implement the blockchain technology, okay, then there will be a confidence gained by the stakeholders. Okay. So the work is in progress. They are doing lot of work. Along with that, you have heard about National Payment Council of India. They are doing lot of work in blockchain for streamlining the banking transaction process. Okay. Earlier the reconciliation process a day or two to reconcile. Now it takes only I think couple of minutes only to reconcile the transaction, because all the banks are a part of a particular network. Okay.
Mhm.
So it's when I talk about the private sector, yes, in the private sector, the thing is that blockchain will work, but not only blockchain will work. Blockchain will work in collaboration with other multiple technologies. For example, IoT, cyber security, AR, VR, uh, then the AI that need to be integrated, because AI also need a data which is more secure, right? Then only AI will able to give the best result. Suppose the data has been tampered at the back end, then how AI will give you the relevant data? Okay, it's about the data which need to be secure, and it's about the chances of updating the data into the server. Then only anything is going to be work. Along with that, blockchain will work over those area where multiple stakeholders are involved and they want to have a quick visualization of the transaction which are going on into the chain, okay, into the network, business network. So over there also it will work. So wait for, I think it has already started kicking off blockchain technology, and you will see the government, you will see private sector are going to use blockchain technology in integration with the AI, IoT, okay, for capturing the data.
Mhm. Yeah. Okay. So, coming up with my next question. So, see, data security and user privacy are
Yeah,
paramount in e-governance today, right? Be it in any country, with the GDPR in place and data protection laws in India as well. So I think data security and user privacy are paramount, right?
correct.
So how does blockchain technology ensure data integrity and security while maintaining the strict privacy rules and standards for the users? Because I think that would be a prime concern when we come to the governments, right? Because with everything around happening and everybody's so concerned about data, so I think now
One
is
of
the
the
time.
yeah, Anusa, one of the best example is the DG Yatra. Okay, so
Right.
if my audience does not know or they are not aware of, so DG Yatra is something that makes your onboarding process in airport very easy. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
what we has to do earlier is that we have to take our boarding pass. Okay, we have to take our boarding pass. We have to show that boarding pass to the airport security. Okay, they check our Aadhaar card and then only they allow us to enter into the airport. Correct.
Correct.
Nowadays, what happened that we have a DG Yatra application. We download that. Okay, we do our face identification verification over there, and after that, we import the boarding pass over there. A QR code gets generated over there, and when we go to the airport, we only has to show the QR code into the scanner. Okay, and
Mm-hmm.
it recognize the face. There is no security person who checks you, so it
Right.
makes the process very easy. It makes the process very easy. Along with that, you are not revealing your identity to a third party. What is your
Correct.
identity? Your identity is your Aadhaar card. Correct.
Right.
Now, this is not being developed in blockchain. This has been developed in some centralized server with with any kind of security mechanism. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you can check in Google, then you will able to figure out that DG Yatra soon is going to be implement in blockchain. Then why it
Mm-hmm.
is the case? If DG Yatra is that much secure that within using the QR code, using the bio face identification, you are getting entered into the airport, then what is the use of blockchain technology over there? Why government is investing that much of money in integrating blockchain to the DG Yatra? They are doing
Right.
because to add more security to the current process. Okay, now soon you will see that adding to blockchain there are some more technology which are coming who makes the data more secure. Correct. It's about that it's as I said in my in early of my podcast that it's about learning from the mistake. Okay, all these
Mm-hmm.
technologies, this AI, this cyber security, these IoT devices, AR, VR, why they comes into the picture? They all comes into the picture because someone has figure out that there is some mistake, and if I bring this, then it will be an added advantage, right? So same way, blockchain is providing an additional layer of security to the data without sharing, without keeping the data into a centralized server. It is keeping the data into multiple server, and the organization who are part of that network owns those data. So it covers about the ownership of the data. It's about cover about the data privacy. And if you want to maintain the data privacy, then there is a good option of masking the data. Okay, not to keep
Mhm.
all data into the blockchain. If you're keeping all data in blockchain, then all the critical data which you do not want to show to the other user, you can mask that one. The same thing goes to Ethereum also, where you will not able to see the name of the user who did the transaction. You only able to see the keys of that. From there you will not able to figure out that who has did this transaction. The only things will come that this number of Ethereum has been transferred. Okay, and from
Transfer.
there you will
Right.
not able to figure out. Correct. The same. So it's about the data privacy. I have covered about the data privacy, the data security, and what about the data identity? Data identity, right? Now I've given you the example of DG Yatra, which is going to they are planning to develop that DG Yatra into blockchain. You will see that soon you will see DigiLocker also been implement in blockchain. Hope so. They will. The central government is working on that, but I'm not aware of that. But this is about. And what
Mhm.
about the key? What about the other standards? Right? What the other standards which need to be followed for the data privacy? Yes, that need to be followed. That need to be followed. That there are around a number of points which need to be take care by an organization, whether it is private or public, in order to maintain that ISO or GDPR or something other kind of data protocols, right? So all
Mhm.
those things need to be taken care by all this layer: UI layer, API layer, business layer, and blockchain network layer. One blockchain
Mhm.
network layer will not able to do all those things. It's the responsibility of all the layers, and that's why architecture design of an application is that much important, so that
Right.
this data privacy, data security, user identity need to be kept secure. Okay.
Correct.
I hope I've given
Like
the answer to the
I
question.
actually resonate with. Yes, I actually resonate with this. Like, the architecture is something that is core to establishing this data privacy, uh, because the data with the government sector is in abundance, and
Correct.
if we see the management of this database, it's difficult on a centralized system. It will become way difficult on a decentralized system if at all the architecture is not properly managed. It's
Correct.
true, very true. I actually resonate with it.
Architecture plays a very important role. That how
Hmm.
you are designing your architecture, what are the firewall high if you design a architecture, there are a lot of things need to be considered. Firewall we need to consider. We need to consider high availability. We need to make sure that the server does not goes down. Hot and cold kind of server need to be designed. Okay, we need to create security group. We need to create routings, that the ports need
Hmm.
not to be routed. The port need to be routed to those server which needs that port, not to those server which are not exposed to that port. So all those things plays a very important role in this kind of designing any kind of solutions. That is any kind of solution. It is with blockchain, without blockchain, architecture
Right.
design is plays a very important role. And review is also review is more important than designing an architecture. Okay.
Correct, correct.
Yeah.
Coming to next question, like scaling blockchain applications in e-governance across different states can present unique challenges. So, can you share your insight on the most pressing challenges that you've encountered and the innovative solutions that you proposed for effective scaling? Like coming from the last question itself, for scaling
In terms of
solutions.
scale, in terms of scaling, does it mean that if one department create a network, then other department will also create? So depend upon the number of department, there will not be a issue in the server. Is that so? Is that the question? I
I
think.
think it is
Yeah, yeah.
more like
There is some break in your voice,
yeah,
Anusha.
it can be more globally placed. Like that is one. Is it better now?
Yeah, it
Hello,
is. It is better. It is better.
hello. Am I better now?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can hear
Okay,
you. You can
sorry.
hear me?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, I can. So, what I was asking is like I wanted on a generalized scale, like not in a particular case. Like the one you mentioned might be a particular or a small auxiliary to the larger case, right? Because scaling can be at different levels. Like for one department also massive data can be there. Then from one department we
Yeah,
might
yeah.
have to replicate.
I
From
will give
one
an
department
example
we
that
might have to
how
scale.
the
Yeah.
scaling will be done. Yeah, how the scaling will be done. So suppose there is one department, and there are, and for one department we have created three organization, three org network. Okay, fine. Now the fourth department will come. Okay, and the fourth department is going to want to create his uh, his node within the same network, want to be a part of that network. So based on the consensus of all the three organization, the fourth organization will be added into the network. And with the help of Hyperledger Fabric has a very beautiful thing that once that organization will be a part of that network, and based on the consensus, all the data will get replicated to that new organization with the GCP protocol, gossip protocol. Okay, there is an anchor pair, there is a committing pair, there is an endorsing pair in Hyperledger Fabric. And the role of anchor pair is to communicate with the other organization anchor pair and figure out that whether any kind of transaction which get missed to this organization. And if there is a miss, then it synchronize the data. So scaling will not be an issue in the case of when there is a single kind of network and adding organization within that network. So that is one part. The other part is that when there are multiple department others department involved in a business process, and all have their own requirement. Correct. All have their, suppose land has their own, land has their own own stakeholder, whereas agriculture has their own stakeholder, whereas healthcare has their own stakeholder. So each one will have to create their own network. So this kind of network will be made with the help of blockchain service protocol, where they will request the IT department that I want to create a network. I want this number of organization to be done. I want my channel name to be this. I want this, and the IT department along with the department officer, they combined will come. They will create the network for them. They will deploy the smart contract. They will give the admin right to the department officer. They will give the admin right to the department officer, and then they will be able to manage the network. Okay, to do regular stuffs,
Right.
adding, deleting any kind of organization, and all this maintenance of this network will be handled by the IT department. Okay, IT department will have their operations team deployed into a data center, and they are going to manage. They will look into this all kind of things. So there are two part. One is within the same department, multiple organization need to be added with the help of node. Yes, that could be done. Scaling will not be a problem. The other part is that when multiple department comes into picture and they want to have their own network, in that case also, that is possible with the help of this blockchain service platform, which is just like a BaaS platform, whatever we use in a cloud, blockchain as a service, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So I have a couple of questions from the audience, so I'll just take them very fast. So the first
Mhm.
question is that how NFTs are game changing the ownership of physical and digital assets, and what is the way forward with them?
So one have to understand that what is NFT is all about. NFT is a unique identification of a particular asset. Okay, which define the ownership of that asset, that this asset is only belongs to me. Okay, for example, suppose I have a music. Okay, and I want to do a copyright on that, I can go and I can have the certificate of that copyright, correct? And I can store that those certificate copyright of certificate into a blockchain. Those copyright certificate which is being issued to me for my music, so that no one will able to create that music, I can store that one into the blockchain, and that could be verified by any kind of legal agency. Okay, that is one part. That is one part. The other part is that why not the music need to be converted into an NFT to create an unique token, and once that token has been created, then open into the market to get it purchased. Okay, that is a kind of marketplace where all this NFT will be placed for selling. Okay, so based on the future, yeah, you will see certain kind of, now you will see in near future that land are getting sold or purchased virtually, and over there this NFT will play a very important role over there, along with the music. Okay, the paintings, the important paintings, the logo, the icons, which are very important, which are more creative, which that will be securely stored with the help of NFT, and that will be buy or sell. Okay.
Hmm. Yeah, correct. I One more question is there. So,
Yes.
the question states is that how the hybrid blockchains can get the exposure compared to the traditional blockchains in the government if it is giving a better solution. I think it's
Okay.
somewhere related to my quorum question. Yeah.
Yeah. As I said, that it depends upon the use case. Okay. For example, I will give an example. Think about energy sector. Okay. I have a solar panel installed in my building, and that is that is generating electricity for me. Okay. I consume certain unit of energy, electricity for my home, and the rest I want to sell to someone who don't have the solar panel installed. Okay, in that way I need to search for the users in the market. Okay, now how I will get the user? I will get the user in an open platform, correct? In that open platform, over there this public blockchain will play an important role, where I have to reach out to the maximum number of users to sell my product. Okay.
Yeah,
N-
correct.
Now once anyone agrees that yes, I want to purchase this a unit of electricity, but he is very doubtful that whether all the certificates are in place or not, all the government norms and conditions has been done or not. This government issued certificate will be done with the help of private blockchain. With the help of private blockchain, the government will issue the certificate of installing the solar panel, the monthly report, everything will be stored in a blockchain, and this open platform, that is the energy sector platform, will be built on public blockchain. So over there this hybrid blockchain will play a very important role. That is my understanding. Okay.
Right.
We can The people can ask me that the track and trace could also be done into the public blockchain. Yes, that could be done. That is possible. I'm not denying that this is not possible. I'm saying the potential usage of the how we are going to use the hybrid kind of blockchain. Okay,
Correct.
because
I
supply chain
think it's
can also be
basically
developed in
about
public
how.
blockchain.
Correct. I
Yeah,
think mostly it's basically depends on how, like, because I think the two networks that our target audience has, or our clients have heard,
correct,
is Hyperledger and Ethereum only. They don't even
correct,
know that, Ethereum branches out, and Hyperledger also branches out to a lot of ledgers. I think in that segment, usually when I go to a client, I go with options and, the
correct,
costings and the market size. So I go with
correct.
a lot of options and then I pitch. So that is, I think, the way we
that
all
that that
do.
is the ideal scenario of dealing with the client, that you have to prepare a comparative analysis document,
Yeah.
and based on that document you should approach the customer that this is the comparative analysis I have did, and I can see that this particular framework has the potential based on your use case. Now it depends upon the
Right.
customer that whether he is aware of blockchain or not. If he is aware of blockchain, and if he have the soft corner for Ethereum or Hyperledger, he will go with that only, right? So
Correct.
it's about the kind of comparative analysis need to be done in terms of the security, privacy, costing, scalability. Okay, so based on that, the decision need to be made, and that's why you will
Right.
see that all this research Gartner. Gartner is a
Mhm.
very high profile research agency. They are doing a lot of research, comparative analysis. They are showcasing that where down the line blockchain will be in 5 years.
Right.
Okay, so
Right.
research matters a lot.
Correct. So, Amit, we progress to this 5 minute of a rapid fire segment. I
Yeah.
have around 6 questions for you in the rapid fire side, just
Okay.
before we can seal off the session. Okay.
So
So the first one,
rapid fire is personal or it's a blockchain related?
no, it's blockchain related only. So
Okay.
just very quick
No,
answers
I
that you
need to
need
be, if it's personal, then I have to be careful on that, right?
to. Sure. So let's start.
Yeah.
So, if in one word, uh, how would you describe the future of e-governance? Maybe possible, not possible, coming very soon. Anything?
No, possible. It's possible.
Okay. Okay. So, what's the most challenging aspect of implementing blockchain in government projects is?
Awareness, I can say awareness is the most challenging because a lot of department are not aware about the blockchain technology. So based on that training, I used to provide training to lot of the government officials, and I used to learn a lot of from them also. Okay,
Mhm.
so awareness is the only thing based on which the people will understand about the technology, because everyone, when we talk about blockchain, everyone says that it's a cryptocurrency, right?
Right.
So awareness is very important.
Yes. So, if you could instantly master one new technology, okay. So, this is kind of a personal question. What would it be? Other than
ai
blockchain, you already
ai
mastered it.
ai plus blockchain. Soon you will
I
see
think
that this both technology is going to be a you will shake their hand and they are going to solve the problem, real time problem. Okay,
correct.
real world problem.
So, in one sentence, what's your vision for blockchain in the next decade?
Next decade, it will
Yeah,
be implemented by most of the government is going to secure the data into blockchain. Okay.
that's
Not national, it's international also. You will able to see that the when you're transferring money from one country to another country, it will be a couple of second type of work. Okay,
Mhm.
it's a second it will only take a second to transfer the money, and the settlement
Mhm.
will be done in couple of second only. Okay, so
Right.
I can see in that way.
That's hopeful. So, what was your first job in the tech industry? I think that you've answered already somewhere, right?
I told you that I joined as a technical developer in mainframe technology, and over there also the
Right,
data was very important, right? I
right.
if you are not aware of mainframe technology, then over there also in mainframe technology you will see black and green kind of screens. Okay, it's a very interesting technology.
And my last question is
Yeah,
so, what is your favorite tech gadget today?
tech gadget for
For you, like whatever tech gadget is your favorite, like your laptop, your mobile, or something else that you're using.
okay.
Like,
So
just
if I answer this question now, my wife and my daughter is fed up of me. Okay, the first thing is that my mobile, and the second thing is that my LinkedIn, mobile plus LinkedIn.
oh,
Okay,
yeah.
so my family is fed up of all those things, and they want to switch off my mobile. Okay.
So I can totally agree to it. Like, we've been caught up in LinkedIn and with mobile phones and laptops so much now in the tech side that the family actually feels ignored, I think.
No, no, more than my daughter, I use my mobile more. Okay, it's not my daughter. It's not about my daughter who is only 10 years old. It's about me who is 40 plus, and I'm using the mobile like a kid. Okay.
I can totally understand. So it was nice talking to you, Amit. I think with that we've come to a close for today's show. It
Yeah,
was amazing having a word with you on this. Uh,
and
so thank
yeah.
you to everybody.
Thank you, Anusa, for inviting me to this talk show. And it is very interesting to talk to you. And I hope that I have added value to these conversations. And if anyone reach out to me, then you can reach out to my LinkedIn profile. It is already there. Okay. Thank
Yes.
you.
Yes, you'll find all the links in the post. Follow Soloist for more events like that. And Amit,
Yeah, yeah,
we would be looking forward to collaborating more on this with you.
yeah, yeah. I will
Thank
be
you.
happy to join you again in another talk show, seasons 3, especially. Okay. Thank,
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
It's
you.
nice talking to you. Bye. Bye, everyone.
Same here. Bye.